Well, at least the halftime show was fun.
Yeah.
I've never been
I
more
mean,
disappointed in you for that take.
I
That's
liked it.
what you opened the show with? It was great.
All right,
it,
look,
it was phenomenal.
we'll
Excuse
talk.
me.
We'll talk a lot about Patriots football today, just because that's what we do. Um, just to start off, I want to start by saying that like this Super Bowl, for a lot of reasons, was a real step in the right direction. Obviously for the Patriots, but as a guy who like watches a lot of football with Jack in particular, this is the most pessimistic I think I ever saw him as a sports fan. And maybe it was just because of the layover and the whole like he was up at like 4 a.m. in Amsterdam thing trying to watch the end of this game. But I've never seen him more checked out on a Patriots game at halftime than I did in this Super Bowl. And I think that that's a testament to just the complete domination that it felt like the Seahawks had on the defensive side of the ball, which we'll talk a little bit more about. But, it's a sad statement that I have to sit here and talk about my co-host here for, his lack of faith, because it's not something you're known for. You're known for being a undying, like 28-3, you were still in, like all those types of things. And I felt like I was the more optimistic fan.
Look,
Going into halftime.
I mean,
I'd love to get your thoughts as to why that is.
You and I just like as friends work so well when we're watching sports together because like you are the second, like let's say we're watching a basketball game, the second the tip off happens, Alex has already got his phone open. He's sitting there like this and he's like, this shit's over. The second the game starts, 4 quarters. But I will hold out belief until the last minute. But you're right. Something about that just wasn't the case this time. And I'm a very firm believer in during big games, I got to watch with the right crew. If my whole mojo's thrown off, the game's not going to go well. If I don't get to sit there and sit before the game and get my mind right, the team won't play well. And that sounds stupid, but it's going to make sense to a lot of people. It just wasn't right. I was at this bar and I left the bar at 4:20 in the morning. I went to bed at 5 a.m. on Sunday night.
Impressive day.
I was with, I thought that I would find like the right way to watch the game by myself. I was with like a group of 40 people, which was a ton of fun. But then the game was just so disappointing. And look, I brought my Drew Bledsoe jersey from Maine just for last night.
A few weeks ago.
A few days ago.
Yeah.
You know who else had a Drew Bledsoe Patriots jersey? No one. It was just me.
Yeah.
Look, I will admit there's a lot of fun things about being in Europe. Watching the Super Bowl is not one of them. And I think now, if we're just going to talk about the game purely, which is what you asked, objectively speaking, this Super Bowl was unentertaining. If you did not have skin in the game, I think it was disappointing all around. And what bugs me so much is that now, of course, after a team dominates another in the Super Bowl, everyone sits there and is like, this team was better the whole time, acting like there wasn't any discourse throughout the week of which one was better. This team was always going to smoke them. If you played the game 100 times, it would have gone this way 90 out of them. I don't agree with any of that. I think the Patriots played one of their worst games that they've played all season in the time when it mattered the most, and now we'll have to battle all of these narratives because of that. I think if you play that game 100 times, the Seahawks win 60 maximum.
Okay. And I'm gonna let George. I'm just gonna cut you off really quickly, and then we'll get into the.
Y'all have more skin in this game than I do. I was just watching it like money. Let me win some money.
into the more just breakdown of the game itself. I do think that like your statement about watching the Super Bowl in Europe does kind of hold some weight. I mean, they do the crowd cam every year in the Super Bowl where they pan to like Mexico and Germany and London and people wearing Jacksonville Jaguars jerseys.
Okay, that's literally it. So like it's the only bar in the city that's showing the Super Bowl, as crazy as that might be. There was like 400 people in there, and you knew exactly which ones were Europeans because you walked in the door. There's a Jaguars jersey. There's a Bengals jersey. Yeah, there's a Cardinals jersey. None of these guys are fans. They're just here because football's on. I saw almost as many Jags jerseys as I saw Seahawks jerseys, and that's not a joke. What are we doing?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's
That's
just not the way
crazy.
to watch the game. It's simply put not the way to watch the game. But let's talk about the game in particular here. Obviously, the Seahawks pulled off the 29 to I don't even know what the Patriots ended with. They ended with
13.
14 points, 13 points, 13 win over the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. Look, you look at that fourth quarter and you kind of go like, where was that for the entirety of the game? This first half, I felt like kind of went exactly to how the Patriots wanted to play it. They wanted to muddy the game up. They wanted to get stops defensively. They just couldn't convert offensively, and that was partially on the O-line. I think that O-line takes a lot of the blame. But Drake May played a bad game of football. No way around it. He was missing throws in the first half, and all the way up until that fourth quarter, I don't think they had maybe one or two first downs. Like they punted the ball I want to say 6 times in the first half.
5 times in the first
Yeah,
half,
no.
and they had 4 first downs in the first half.
Okay, there you go. So, George, I mean, you coming into this game, you were big on the Seattle defense being obviously the best defense in the NFL scoring-wise. They only let up 17.1 points per game. But you thought that this side of the football was going to be the one that was dominant. What did you see from the Seattle Seahawks defense that let them take control of this game, even when their offense wasn't necessarily clicking on all accounts? Because Sam Darnold overthrew Jackson Smith and Jigba on a walk-in touchdown in the first quarter.
Twice.
Walk-in touchdown. Their offense was not clicking the way that it should have been, but their defense was just so stout.
When you can rush 4 effectively and get pressure consistently, that changes the whole football game. And that's what I said last week when we recorded, and that's why I thought they were going to win, and that's how they executed on that side of the ball. I mean, if you look top to bottom, obviously the defense is excellent. The difference is Patriots have that they do have that level of defense. You see that in the first quarter.
Yeah.
4 field goals. 4
Yeah.
field goals. That is 4 times that they held them and did not allow them to progress in the red zone and score a touchdown.
And that was with very good field position to start because they were punting the football all over the field in the first half.
The difference is, and God, I keep seeing this online and it just makes me mad. Just because Drake May had a bad playoffs objectively does not mean that he did not have a great season. He is the reason that y'all are here. He is the reason. He is the key to the whole formula. My take from that game is that you need to add some juice because it's not going to. Drake May can't do it all on his own. He needs some help on the left side of the line. I'm not even going to talk about the 2 rookies who looked like gazelle among lions. I mean, DeMarcus Lawrence. Oh, Leonard Williams. Dude, I mean, I was terrified. At one point, somebody who I was sitting with was like, that is a 300-pound person demolishing another 300-pound person to get to the 200-pound person. And no, they did not watch football regularly, but that was a funny take. I mean, you can't look at this game and take anything away from the Patriots defense because they're the reason y'all are there. I don't really have much to say on the game. I have more about the discourse after the game because Darnold isn't okay.
I think we'll probably end up getting there.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Hey,
but,
sorry, I'll let you finish first.
And then finally on the Seahawks offense, I've been saying it the whole time. K9 is a dog. K9 gets what he wants. He takes what he wants. I mess with him on the field. I mess with him off the field. He's a cool dude. He showed you why, and the Seahawks showed you why they can win because it doesn't have to be just JSN. Pup stepped up. Barner stepped up. Obviously, K9 stepped up, and they didn't even have Charbonnet.
Big Bobo was out there.
Yeah. Big Bobo hit the no-no and said no-no to the Patriots Super Bowl. But, I mean, as a whole, you have to take the season. Like, if you would have told a Patriots fan that they would have won 10 games, they would have gone.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. That's the worst.
Second year.
That's the worst outlook. We're not doing that. No, that's such a Cowboys fan mentality about it. No, we can't do that.
Obviously, you're upset you don't win the game, but you are in such a position to succeed from here on out.
True. I mean,
your quarterback is elite.
True.
You have this experience. You have this this gut, frankly, not to rub it in, but that's a gut wrenching loss. That's not how the Patriots.
That's just
the last 25 years lose.
That's just you can't be like, well, we didn't think we'd be this good. You can't leave being like that because then
no, but it's not an excuse, but it is a fact.
No, it's totally a fact.
They would be that good.
But it's also if you tell any Patriots fan that right now, they're gonna react the same way that I did.
And
Like,
that might
that's
be a
like
flaw with
it's
the Patriots fans.
no,
but
no,
like,
no. It's totally like you don't have any skin in this game, so you can comment on this kind of thing. I think maybe like what you really are trying to say is like you guys overperformed and now you're a year ahead of schedule. If you said it that way, I would totally agree.
dude, multiple years. Y'all were 3-14 last year. Y'all were bottom of the
True,
barrel,
yeah.
and you won
You-
3
you-
playoff games.
You went to the
and got
Super
to the
Bowl in a
Super Bowl.
rebuild year. You went to the
Yes.
Super Bowl in a year where you were rebuilding. Like, I mean,
Like
it is.
that is. If you look, I mean, the swing that a team is like 3-14 to 14-3. Was it 14-3 or 13-4?
14-3.
14-3.
Yep.
Yeah. I can't name another team to do that, make it to the Super Bowl, and it's a tough loss, but you have to hang your head high.
For
You
sure.
did- you
Yeah,
did
for
all
sure.
you
No,
could.
for sure. For sure.
You did all you could.
If we're going to go back to talking about the game real quick, if you told me at halftime you would have given up 3 field goals, you'd be down 9-0, one of which came right before the half in a way that, I mean, it was really 6-0 for most of the game. You gave up nothing but field goals for the whole first half. And then you told me that JSN ended with 2 receptions for 27 yards. I would have been like, there's no way we didn't win that game. I think Sam Darnold played fine. I don't think he proved that he was a better quarterback necessarily as answered people's questions about can a game manager win you a Super Bowl. And he was the one that proved that you can. So I mean, he didn't do anything spectacular in my eyes. I actually thought he was really bad for the first half of the game, but he also didn't make any mistakes. And I think that that's what made the biggest difference in this game. The Patriots had 3 turnovers, all of which were more or less unforced errors. And that led to 2 touchdown drives. I mean, we're going to play if you get rid of that game, you got a chance to, have a tie football game. So it was really just, honestly, they weren't ready for the moment. And leaving that game, it did feel a bit sorrow. And I think maybe why I felt so shitty after the game was because you're at a very vital step with this team now. You are in the perfect place. You have a quarterback on a rookie deal, and if anything the NFL history has told us over the past 15 years is this is the time when your championship window is the best. But we've also seen guys go over the last couple of years during this window and have no success. I'm thinking about Cam Newton. He went once, never got back. I'm thinking about Joe Burrow, who is now in a horrible situation in Cincinnati, but 3 years ago was in a very, very, very similar spot to where these Patriots are now.
It's the Marino curse with
it's
this
the Marino
age of
curse.
quarterback.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And so, yes, like you can say all these things about like, oh, we're so far ahead of schedule, but also we have a very tough schedule next season. The AFC is going to be incredibly tough to get out of next season. Very, very even if this season showed us anything. And it feels like it won't be a while before we get another chance at it. And that is the part I think that is the hardest moving forward. I'm very positive about this team. And we have money to spend and we know what we need to spend it on. But also, there's a couple things that could just not shake out, not go your way. And now we're 4 years down the line and in a completely different spot. So I'm very much excited and also nervous about the future of this Patriots team.
Yeah, I think that that's a very fair assessment of this game overall. I think you're right about Darnold, though. The thing that we said going into this game is we expected him to throw interceptions because that's what he did during the regular season. During the playoffs, he played incredibly clean football. Incredibly clean football.
They didn't have a turnover.
Now, correct. A question that I do have for both of you in regards to this game, the offensive performance in particular. Obviously, we're going to talk about the offensive line woes. I think you have to start with Will Campbell. He was the 4th overall pick, a guy that you were going to draft to be your leading left tackle of the century, right? Like the guy that was going to be the anchor at that position. Obviously, he played pretty good football up until he got that MCL sprain and then really regressed in the playoffs, got pretty much demolished on that side of the football. Against, 4 top 5 defenses in the NFL, right? Like at some point you got to look at that and be like, well, he was playing some of the best edge rushers in the game. There are discussions about moving him into guard. I'd like to get your thoughts on that when we get to there, but also Drake May didn't play a clean game of football like we talked about. The turnovers were a really big problem in the playoffs, all playoffs long. They got up to that point, and then it kind of felt like McDaniel called a very passive game, in my opinion.
I would agree.
I can't tell necessarily if it was the Patriots not being able to get into what they were trying to because, like George said, that four-man rush was getting to the quarterback so effectively. Um, but it felt like even in that second half, like they only started pushing the ball downfield when it was like do or die time, right? And it should have been do
Yeah.
or die time all game, in my opinion,
Yeah.
right? Like you were trying to challenge this defense as best you could. It didn't feel like they were doing that. And for the guy who won Coordinator of the Year this year, along with the guy who won Coach of the Year this year, it feels like the defensive coaching scheme of Seattle just completely shut them down.
And I'll be honest, I felt that way for the last couple weeks moving into this. It was definitely something I was worried about. If you go even back to that Texans game, or if you go back throughout our entire playoff run, back to that first Chargers game, McDaniels has needed an entire half to adjust to these defenses. They've been great. But
Yeah.
to your point, he's offensive coordinator of the year. So I've been really disappointed with how long it takes him to settle into a game play calling wise. And I would agree with exactly what you said. It felt like we took way too long. Obviously, I think part of our game is sustaining long drives. We pick up 10 to 12 yards at a time. But and the offense had a lot of drops that would have had huge first downs.
But it was also like the
regardless,
ball wasn't put where it was supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like I don't even think the
it's
drops
a
were on the
combination
receiver.
between well, a couple of them were, but
Yeah, okay.
like sloppy offensive play and totally to your point, bad play calling. So I totally agree with what you just said.
And if Drake May doesn't play like he does in the regular season, y'all aren't going to win the game. It's just as simple as that with the level of skill on this offense compared to what the Seattle defense has. Drake May was the best ceiling raiser in the NFL this past season, and he wasn't doing it in the playoffs. The defense was keeping y'all alive. Y'all get to this game, he's got to do it. 252 yards passing. That 150 of that is in garbage time once y'all are down 19-0.
More than that.
Yeah, more than that.
Super Bowl record, actually, most passing yards in a fourth quarter of a Super Bowl.
Gosh. What was telling so much to me about the play calling was the fact y'all didn't even go for two on the first touchdown.
Agreed. Yeah, I thought that was
Totally agreed.
More, and the people outside are agreeing. They're honking. They can't even hear us, but they're honking. No, I mean, you go because then you get touchdown, score, stop, score, and it's a 3-point game if you can get the 2-point conversions. I didn't feel like y'all really got into any groove. Even like I'm gonna say even the whole game, even the fourth quarter, like there was rhythm, but at that time there was no real possibility. The mental percentage chance of y'all pulling off the game as soon as it got to the fourth quarter and they get a touchdown, like it dwindled for me. I think big picture, you have to work with Drake on understanding how to read and while under pressure, pocket presence.
Just tuck the football. Tuck the football.
Yeah.
It's been a problem all year.
Yeah.
And when to run. That dude is an athlete. He has that
definitely
in his bones. And the fact that he wasn't just going up says everything. It just says, and that's not to say that he's not a great quarterback. This is his second year. The expectations were high because of the play being so high in the regular season. If we're going to hold him to that standard, then the consequences of not playing that well have to be the criticism. But it's hard when you have a guy this young and this raw, not raw, this raw at such a unique and necessary quarterback skill, which is understanding your pocket presence. If he could do that, it's a different game.
I agree, and I saw a lot of discourse about that online. Like people were saying, "Drake, you're an athlete. Like, why weren't you taking off?" Look, to be honest with you, I'd like to stop talking about the football game and move on. It was a bad Super Bowl, and it really was a pretty stinging end to what's been a phenomenal season as a fan. And we're very lucky as Patriots fans to have this a lot and to be able to build off this. But I think that, Alex, even you would agree, this one meant a little bit more than all of the Tom Brady ones because it was like our generation of team.
Yeah,
like that.
I think that's true.
Like, and I was coming back from class today, and I was sitting there and I had the very disturbing realization that now Alex and I have both seen the Patriots lose more Super Bowls than we've seen them win. And that
Mhm.
sucks.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I guess the counter to that is, some teams have never even gone, right? Like, I'm looking at a guy who would probably love to be in our position. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's an accurate assessment, right? Like, you're obviously disappointed, and I think you're right. Like, after those, I'm not a Patriots fan who's like, oh my god, like that was the worst 6 years of my life. Like, this is like such,
Like
like
you,
I
no
just,
one should be, to be honest.
yeah,
We had a Celtics championship
correct.
in between, so
Um, But
Yeah.
I'm on top of that, I think you're right, like, I think that there is some disappointment that comes with, like, the fact that, this is the next generation after the Belichick and Brady era that, like, we were born into that,
yeah.
right? Obviously, we got to grow up through that, but, like, we weren't really, like, incredible fans of it while it was happening because we weren't old enough to really appreciate all of the early
Well, we
games,
just
all of the
didn't we
early
didn't
stuff.
see the beginning. We didn't see anyone
Correct,
turn into that
correct.
star. Yeah, you're right.
So, like, now you're growing up and you're trying to, like, find that, like, that dominance, like, 'cause everybody's looking for the next dynasty, obviously, like, that's what we look for in sports, and, I mean, Boston sports has been championship town for a while now. I mean, the entire 21st century, I think you could say that they've probably won more championships across all sports than any other team. Um,
I don't even
but
think it's
I
close,
think you're
actually.
right. Yeah, I think you're right, like, I think that there is some inherent disappointment to the successor of that era that you were expecting to see, and that it also kind of feels like the Patriots as a franchise used to have um, this feeling of unbeatableness with Brady,
Mhm.
especially in the Super Bowl, right? Like, it was like, okay, oh, well, you don't bet against the Patriots because it's Tom Brady. You don't bet against Tom Brady. That carried over to when he went to Tampa Bay, right? It's a new culture now. It's different, right? So you want to cling to that. You want to cling to that idea that, like, oh, it's all the same, but it's not. And I think that that's also an important distinction to make.
And I think that's a really good point that I honestly hadn't even really thought of, because this whole week I've been sitting there like digesting all this knowledge of people being like the Patriots don't stand a chance. I'm like, how could you even say that? We were 14.5 point underdogs in our first Super Bowl that we ever won. We do
Mhm.
this. We win
Right.
Super Bowls. But you're right. We have to separate the two. And that's just something personally that I haven't been able to do yet. But I'll tell you what, this Super Bowl feels, to me, I've been thinking about this nonstop. Feels like when Grogan went and lost to the 85 Bears. It feels like when Bledsoe went to the Super Bowl when he was in his like third or fourth year. The
Mhm.
Patriots have had these one-off Super Bowls throughout their history, and I think that that's what's scaring me, is that we love Drake May right now, but if he's not great for the next many seasons, he's just another, I mean, I love my guy here. He's just another Bledsoe, right? He's just
Yeah.
another Steve Grogan. And that's what I'm worried about moving forward. And I don't want that to happen. And I don't think it will, but there is that possibility.
I I think the 17 game sample size is bigger than the 4.
Okay.
Hopefully.
And that's a little bit optimistic
Mhm.
take, but I'm worried that Drake, like, I'm worried that it went so long and until, like, everyone, obviously Patriots fans knew about the ball security issues during the regular season, but the rest of NFL fans didn't really know because Drake was playing so well. You gotta get him some help, and then, guys, I would love to be in your position. A
Yeah.
quarterback that good on a rookie deal, a defense locked up like that,
Do you
like,
remember when you
you
were
have a great coaching staff, and
with
you have your picks. Like, that's the best formula in football right now.
Mm.
And as good as the AFC will be next year, I think y'all will be able to meet that competition because there's no one better at adjusting than the Patriots.
I hope
Sorry,
so.
that's a little glaze. That's a little glaze, but
I hope
uh,
so. And we also have a ton of money to spend however we want to. So I have to take a better look at what the upcoming free agents are this year. But I think that if we make a couple huge splashes and hopefully a couple of our star players don't go to prison next week, we can maybe be poised to make a pretty good run. That's what I'm
Yeah,
hoping
it is a
for.
good point to bring up. It is a good point to bring up. Um,
Shockingly little jokes were made about that, by the way. For
yes,
like,
yes.
yeah, no. Twitter was especially quiet when it came to
Yeah,
that
it's
subject.
true.
I was thinking,
It's
like,
true.
why wasn't everyone thinking that the Pats would, like, get off the bus and go straight to the prison afterward? Anyways. All right.
Women of San Francisco, lock your chefs up. Like, but yeah, on the subject of the Super Bowl, I guess the last thing that I want to just make a note of, I mean, I'll kick it back to you guys if you have any more to say, is that they showed the Gatorade before the shower. Never do that again.
How'd
Why
they
are
do
we
that?
doing that?
I was not watching at
Yeah.
that point. How'd they do
They
that?
showed a video of the guys stirring the yellow Gatorade before they poured it. And it was like 4 or 5 minutes before the game ended. I mean, obviously, like, at that point, you're saying, okay, the Seahawks probably have this thing in the bag, but man, was that disrespectful.
What are we
Disrespectful
doing
to the
right
game.
now? Are you kidding me?
In my head, I was thinking about all the bets that we made last show. Like the punt one, I asked somebody to look up how many punts are we at? Are we over 7.5 yet? Who won the coin toss? There was somebody while I was cooking and making wings, I was like, somebody time the halftime show, please. I need
Yeah.
the under.
Yeah.
Or the national
So
anthem?
it was yeah.
It did hit.
Oh yeah.
It did hit.
My bad.
Let's talk halftime show real quick, though. Look, I love Bad Bunny, and I love the whole cultural aspect of what it meant in, like, a more than just a musical performance aspect. But also, I think maybe I had set my expectations so high because I'm such a big fan that I watched it and I was like, that was fine. That was not as iconic as I was hoping it would be. Also, I'm so sick of Super Bowls being played on the West Coast. When did that become
Yeah.
a thing? Why is
Yeah,
it
it's a good
daytime?
point.
Why is it
It's a
daytime?
Yeah.
good point.
The Pats won their
I
first
don't
Super
like
Bowl
the daytime
in
thing.
they won their first Super Bowl in MetLife and it was 28 degrees. That's when the Super Bowl should be played. That would rock. But
Where
it
you got
can't be
like that
light
subtle
out.
mist.
It can't be.
It does-
simply can't be light out.
The
It
steam
does
coming
kind of
off the
take away from the
linebackers.
aura. Yeah, it does
Yeah.
kind of take away from the aura for it being daytime. I remember the Bruno Mars one being daytime too, and me being like, don't really. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not really a huge
the
fan.
last one in San Francisco was like, I want to say it was Coldplay, and I was sitting there and I was like, love this band, but this halftime show and game both suck because it's light out. Like, it just shouldn't happen. Put it in a dome. We have enough dome stadiums.
No.
Yeah.
Don't say
Did
that.
you see? Okay, this is the most ridiculous thing I heard all week, last 2 weeks. Mike Florio from Pro Football Talk said that all conference championship games should be played on a neutral site dome because of the Patriots snow game. I swear to God, I almost picked up my phone and just like repeatedly bashed it off of the corner of my bed. I was so upset. That
The
would
elements
destroy the game. Game's gone. Game is officially gone.
game's gone.
Game might be
I
gone.
mean,
At least you got Bad Bunny, but the game is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right though. I had a lot of fun with the halftime show. Obviously, I don't think he sounded all that good.
That's
Like, and maybe that's like just a me thing. And like, look, that's kind of how it always is when you take away the auto tune and all those types of things. But like, I think you're right. Like, he played a ton of songs that I wanted to hear, and I think that was kind of what we were looking for. But like, I think you're right. Like, I don't think that I'm gonna remember this one as fondly as some of the other ones that
I think
I've
I'm
seen.
just gonna look back on this one and be like, man, I wish that was better.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ooh, I might be alone on this. I thought that was unbelievable. From a musical standpoint, let's just get it all clear. He doesn't have the best voice, and I wasn't expecting to be blown away musically. I was blown away by what I was seeing, the imagery,
that's true.
getting Ricky Martin in there.
Ricky Martin was
Puerto Rican
cool.
and was forced to sing English songs to be put on the mainstream media by his record, and getting him to sing about what is it, lo que pasó in Hawaii, the imagery there, dude. I was like, I was fired up. And
Ricky
when got some pipes,
He's got some
dude.
bangers.
No.
Does it? We'll fact check this later.
You got to do some research on that. There's some
We'll
scandalous
fact check
rumors
this
about
later.
Ricky Martin.
Shoot. Okay, so I thought it was fun to have Lady Gaga, and the best part of the whole show was after she finished singing, they went to No te puedo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lady
that was
Gaga
decent.
is
That was
the
good.
Nate Robinson in the dunk contest of Super Bowl halftime shows. She's got 3 of
She just
them.
kinda
You got
teams
no
up.
idea how she's
Yeah.
got that many.
She's produced so much music.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was fine. I did the Super Bowl logo ever since it had the. You know how they used to have the trophy with the Roman numerals on either side as the logo, and they were just like silver.
Yes.
That was the most goated era of Super Bowls. Ever since they switched to the new style, I hate it, and everyone's been bad. Like now they have like the tropical lettering and whatnot, and every Super Bowl's been bad. But yeah, I just thought the halftime show, like, I love Bad Bunny's music. We all do. Visually, it was cool. That couple got married. The kid who was like deported got the Grammy, which I thought was really cool.
I don't think that was. I think that's a lie made up by Twitter. But yes,
Well, then
it was.
I got Bad Bunny sent-held. But like the imagery was very cool. But whoever was like mixing the sound just did such a horrible job because it sounded like he was talking into his iPhone camera in the wind.
Yeah,
and that was really what I think was would have made it better. And it's just like the daytime just throws me off so bad.
I'll tell you what, I was watching Kid Rock. Like,
dude, I actually totally forgot that even happened. The next day I went on and it was like, what even was the
I don't Turning Point USA.
Turning Point USA
I don't
had
know what it was
6 million viewers, and I was like, that's not a lot.
It's really not an impressive statistic. But I mean,
they said they had 6 million concurrent viewers, which is
not
absurd.
true. Actually, the only screenshot I saw was 4.5. So still,
well, and
it's not impressive.
I mean, the biggest YouTube live stream ever had like 6.5 concurrent viewers, 6.5 million. So I'm sorry, they just weren't up there.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not.
No. I'm not saying you. I'm saying like
I was not watching that.
Completely forgot what happened. Completely forgot that I put it on my phone so I could watch in the corner while everyone was watching Bad Bunny.
I actually had it on 5 laptops. I made sure to do my part.
I was 5 of those concurrent streams.
Yeah, exactly.
George, we gotta talk about something real quick, and that is you've got a problem with your apartment. It's the constant hornage. It's a traffic jam. I've seen it. You do have serious rush hour right outside. The horns are getting out of hand. I think the only solution is you horn back. I know you're sitting in front of a window. Open the window, put an air horn in there, and every time we record and someone honks, you rip a little out the window and just let them know who's boss. Let them know whose corner this is. Because right now, someone else is running that Watergate corner.
Is that where you are? You're next to the Watergate?
Yeah, I'm right across the street from Watergate.
Yeah, okay.
It's a tough spot, beautiful view. Yeah, it's the worst part. It's just like
it's not even that stressful of a corner either, like where they are. People get so mad out there.
It's literally just because there's a left turn permitted on red like sign and nobody sees it. So like, I'll open the window and be like, turn. You can turn.
That's good.
But no, I should get an air horn because at least then people would look up and be like, yo, who is that? Is that God? No, it's just me now.
But, I don't think they think that. I think they think it's a kid with an air horn out of his apartment.
It's a 21-year-old kid with an air horn filming a podcast episode for 48 people. Should we do our games before and after we get into NBA stuff? I think we do games, and then we talk a little WWE, and then we get into ball. Just as I need a little bit of a warm up before we get there.
Okay, cool.
All right, Jordan.
Yeah, you got it. Someone's got a Prices Right.
Hit me with the Prices Right.
I got the Prices Right. Sorry, I got a text that was a little important, so I looked away. Prices Right, ladies and gentlemen. I got 5 names here. You got to get as close to the number as possible. We're going to start off with, and this is for points per game. Sorry. We're going to start off with Kevin Porter Jr.
Kevin
And
Porter.
we're going. I have the decimals down on here.
Was he the one who
Down to the
hit
decimal.
the woman in the WNBA?
Yes.
How's he still in the league?
I don't know.
I don't know, but he's
had a shady past. That one. He does have one of the coolest high school dunks I've ever seen in my life.
He sure does.
So
yeah.
Okay, Kevin Porter Jr. Is he still with the Bucks?
He is with the Bucks.
He's still with the Bucks.
Yep.
Okay.
He's with the Bucks.
That team has not been very good this year. So like I could see him inflating his numbers. I'm thinking like 9 to 15 points a game right now. Like that's the
my range too.
Big range.
Do you want to go first this time? I'll go first next time because I'm going to play off you for sure.
0.1 points per game.
I was going to say 12.6 points per game for Kevin Porter.
Y'all are Jack wins. It's 17.5.
Wow.
And he's doing
way
way
more
more
than
than
us.
That's true.
Is that right?
Kevin Porter
Jesus.
Jr.'s averaging
That is correct.
17 points. Oh my God, it is true. Wow.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
my
how many
God.
25% from the field.
That's not bad
He's
at
also
all.
averaging 7 assists a game.
What?
It is 27 games. Yeah. No, yeah.
7 games is okay.
All right, that's a
It's
very
not-
small sample size.
How many points is Ryan Rollins?
No.
He's
We're not
averaging
going to
like
look that up.
16.
We're not going to look that up.
Yeah.
He might be in a future segment. We're not going to.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah.
All right. It's a good point.
Yeah.
It's a good point. All right. Yeah, you're right.
Next is hometown kid for Dallas, Najee Marshall. How many
I
points per game
love
is he
Najee
averaging?
Marshall.
There's no easy names on this list.
I love Najee Marshall so much because my teammate Jalen hates him to death. He's like his least favorite player in the NBA. I don't know why. It's unjustified. There's no reason for him to hate him
I
this
mess
much,
with that
but
though. That's why I wanted to do that episode
just
where we just talk about
unapologetic
things
hate.
that we hate for no reason.
Irrationally.
Yeah. Like I got guys
all right.
like that in this league. John
Do you have an
Hate him.
okay. Do you have a number that you're thinking of?
I'd love to say I do. For some reason, I hear Najee Marshall and I think 11, but that can't be high enough. I'm gonna say 11.8 points per game.
I'm gonna go with 14.2 points per game
Feels
for Najee
high.
Marshall. It does, but hear me out though. The Mavs have been
You're
like,
right. No, you're right. You're right.
I am.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
are.
they've been banged up. They don't have anybody playing aside Cooper Flag and Najee Marshall. They're the only 2 guys on the court consistent.
Yeah, facts. And it's 15 points per game for Najee Marshall. He's been
0
balling.
points per game. All right, there we
He
go.
has like 4 30-point games this season. He's been unreal. Shout out to the boy. Next guy, Jalen Tyson of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cal Bears legend.
This
Yeah.
is truly
He
one
took
I
over
don't
DeAndre
know.
Hunter. He took over DeAndre Hunter's minutes as that 3-and-D guy. That's why they traded him. So this again, like we're living in this 12 to 15 point range right now. Like, is it over 15 points or is it under 15 points?
It's your
is the
turn to
real
go
question.
first. I got a thought process.
It is. They got Donovan Mitchell. They got Evan Mobley. Donovan Mitchell's around 30 points per game. Evan
He's
Mobley's
doing too
probably
much
around
math.
20.
He's doing way too much math.
I am. I'm gonna go with Tyson. He's a 3-and-D guy. Give me 16.4 points per game.
That feels
for
way
Jalen
too
Pope.
high. Here's my thought process. Right now, it's a 2-horse race in Rookie of the Year between Con
Okay.
Knippel and Cooper Flag. If he was
Yeah.
averaging that many points, you would be hearing his name in that conversation more. I think he's right at
He's not a rookie.
Not a rookie.
Oh shit, my fault. Yeah, bad ball knowledge. Regardless, I don't think he's that high. Give me 13.5 points.
Oh my gosh, Jack, you got it. It's 13.9.
Fuck.
Too much math.
We're
out.
right there,
Vibes
dude.
play.
Yeah, I know.
Vibes play.
I know.
And-
It's 15 is the bar right now.
Thought he
though,
was
to
a
be fair.
rookie.
Like 15 points is 100% the bar.
Yeah, for sure.
Mobley's also averaging 17 a game. But yeah, I mean 13 and what is it? 13.9, but he's averaged like 20. Tyson's averaged 20 a game over the last like 20 games.
Since they traded DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
But
makes
well
sense.
before-
Yeah,
I mean,
before
he's
that.
been-
Yeah, true. It's
He's
true.
been on one. I have 2 more names on the list right now. Jack has winning 2-1. Next guy up is Dylan Brooks.
Okay,
Jesus.
Jack, you got to pick first here. This one is
See,
we're
this
over
is a-
15
this is
points
a-
for sure here.
This is a confusing one because he plays on this Suns team with Jalen Green, Devin Booker. Those are 2 guards who score a lot.
Yep.
I'm going to say he's right at 15.2 points per game is my guess.
Oh my God, that's so low. 21 points per game for Dylan Brooks. I think he was at 22. I'm going safe, 21 points per game.
What?
His number is 21.2.
Wow.
He's having an all-star caliber year. He wasn't named an all this year, but like he has been the Suns' best player this season.
And I'll admit it,
And that's
I'm pretty tapped out of the NBA right now. All the games start at
it's fair.
7 o'clock, and I literally can't stay up that late to watch every night. So I got no idea what's going on, truthfully.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. We're all tied up going in the last one. This is where you want to be.
Let's do it.
And this is the
And I
hardest
got
one
home
on
field
the list.
advantage here. I'm playing off you.
You do it. It's true.
Keldon Johnson from the San Antonio Spurs.
Holy shit, that's bad.
This
really
is
hard.
the hardest one on the list.
Not what I wanted to pull. It's a trick question, too, because he was a 20-point per game scorer like 3 years ago.
He sure was. But that was when Jeremy Sohan had like a ton of minutes.
When he was playing point guard, not when he was cut.
Who, Jeremy Sohan?
Yeah, he's on the Knicks now.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Maybe
I'm
he got
tapped out,
cut,
dude.
and then he just got picked up by the Knicks.
Keldon Johnson, I'm going to go back to the logic here. Wembanyama is their leading scorer by far, followed by Castle and maybe Harper. I think that those guys are probably above KJ. If we're saying Jalen Tyson was at 13.9 points per game, I'm going to give Keldon Johnson, we'll go 12.8 points per game.
Here's the thing, though. Stephon Castle only scores about 15.5 points a game. He's not putting up crazy numbers this year. Here's the thing. George is in my head right now because he said this is the hardest by far.
I'm doing this face where I'm like,
which means he probably went pretty low. He hasn't gone low yet once. I'm not falling for it, though. Give me 13.3 points per game.
13.5 is
What
the
a
number.
shot.
Dude, okay.
What a shot. Wow.
What a shot. If you watch the Spurs play, Keldon Johnson has been so good this season.
Yeah,
this is like the best 13.5 points ever. Also, don't disrespect Fox or Vassell. The Spurs.
I always forget that De'Aaron Fox is on the Spurs. I don't know why.
He just got named an All-Star.
I know he did.
Yeah.
And it's a really bad thing, but I feel like he never plays when I watch them, and I always forget he's on that team.
19-6 on 48-35. Yeah, it's not the best pick. Yeah.
It is an all-star pick. He is a all-star.
Jack wins 3-2 in a very, very disgusting, grueling, nails like scratching kind of win.
Gritty victory by him. Gritty victory by him. Jack, do you have a game?
Yeah, hold on. I just got to finish. I'm going to do one more because I forgot that probably going to tie at 2-2 here. I should probably have a tiebreaker ready.
It's entirely possible. Yep, it's entirely possible.
In tie early, it's possible.
All right.
Good.
Okay.
All right. Back your bags.
Jalen Tyson broke the tie. We're killing it right now.
I have no other.
As always, this has been another episode of the Corner Office. But
See you next week.
All right. You're going to have to tell me who has more points per game this season between these two guys. First up, Darius Garland or Jalen Williams?
Are we working together?
No, you're against each other.
Okay.
For sure, yeah.
All right, fine.
Okay. I think it's going to be Garland, and it's going to be an edge. I'm going to explain it. Williams was shooting like crap when he came back from injury.
He sure
He
was.
has 2 good games the other night. But Garland missed time again with the toe, but he kind of picked up form before he got injured with the toe again. I'm going to stick with Garland.
Yeah, I think Garland is the safe pick. I don't even know how many games Jalen Williams has played. I think it's a big question here. Do I do the thing and go with you? I mean, he wants me to say, yeah, I'm also going to stick with Garland here. I think Darius Garland probably averages more points a game at the moment.
Darius Garland averages 17.96. Jalen Williams averages 17.5. You guys are both correct.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Okay.
I was thinking
So
both of those guys are
the
around
margins are
18.
very slim.
Very slim.
Very
And
slim
that's first
margins.
round. Second round. Grayson Allen or Ryan Rollins?
Okay.
I know this. Grayson Allen.
Do you know how much he averages?
I think it's around 17, and I think Ryan Rollins is like at like 16.5, something like that.
So this is it's the
This
same
is another
thing. It's
nail
gonna be a
biter.
point. It's gonna be a point differentiated. I'm also going Grayson Allen though, because you were so confident in that one.
Grayson Allen 17.03, Ryan Rollins 16.86. You were way too confident about
Lead
that.
the way.
But fair enough.
Lead the way, dude.
I saw it.
Fair
I feel
enough.
like you know when you like attribute a number to a name. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, Ryan Rollins is averaging like 16 a game. Grayson Allen is averaging like 17 a game.
All right,
Okay.
this is
Yeah.
the closest one on the list. Who has
Okay.
more
Oh my
points
God.
this season, VJ Edgecombe or Peyton Watson?
Total points?
No,
No, points
it's
per game.
points per
Oh,
game.
points per game.
Who has
I was
more?
like,
Who has more points in total?
I'm gonna go with
Vibes play? No idea there. Just
No,
nothing
no,
No, I
else.
have
logic
reasoning
behind
behind it,
vibes
but
play?
I've been giving Alex all the good, all
because
the good
Aaron
ones.
Gordon hasn't played.
George, you
Um,
don't have to go first every time. You're supposed to go back
Yeah,
and
I know.
forth. You just
No,
keep
no,
saying.
likes to fire one off. Again, the logical answer is to go with VJ Edgecombe, but I think it's Peyton Watson.
VJ Edgecombe has 14.88 points per game. Peyton Watson has 14.92.
There we go.
Yes,
There
3
we
for
go,
3.
dude.
George,
There we go,
stop
dude.
going first because you keep giving him the answer. He would have maybe been
I
0
bring
for
my
3.
boy with me.
He would have made. You're
bring
going
my dog
against
with
him.
me.
You're competing against him. He would have
I make
maybe
my
been.
enemy my
I've
friend.
been watching his face while you're talking, and every time he's like, "Oh, maybe. That might be true." He might have been
It's
0 for
possible.
3 if you didn't go first, and you know that's true.
So I get so excited. I did the same thing with Price is Right last week. I get so excited.
All right.
He knew the number. He knew the number exactly,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, I know it."
And then gave me the the answer.
Yeah.
All right. Who has more points
Interesting
this year,
choice.
Jordan Poole or Ty Jerome?
I'm going first.
Yeah.
Jordan Poole.
You gonna flush that out at all?
He's averaging like 17 game.
No. I'm
It's
just
Jordan Ty Jerome.
See what I'm saying, George? This one isn't even close. Jordan Poole has
Dude, he's averaging
14.5 points per game. Ty Jerome has 19.67
there you go.
points per game.
Uh,
You weren't even close.
Whatever.
and he's only played 7 games this season, which is the fun thing because since he's come back, that's the only time that Memphis is at any life this season.
All right, last round. If George gets it wrong and Alex gets it right, we have a tiebreaker, and I got to go find a new one.
Yep.
Austin Reeves or Cade Cunningham?
Austin Reeves is averaging like 25 points a game. I think he's higher than Cade.
You know, for the sake of fun, like quote Paramore, cue the Steph Curry edit. Ain't it fun? I think I'm gonna go Cade. I'm gonna go Cade because Reeves missed time and Cade kept playing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to overtime. The
Yeah, I
answer
know.
was
Dude,
Austin
I knew
Reeves.
that one for
Reeves.
sure. I knew that
My
one
gut
for
was saying
sure.
Reeves.
Yeah, Reeves was 100%. Bro, Reeves is averaging like 25 a game.
And
Dude.
Reeves is
No, I
averaging
think
25.7. Cade is averaging 25.34.
Okay.
They're right next
Yeah.
to each other.
He was averaging like 28 a game until he got injured, and then he came back and he's coming back off the bench again.
Yeah, I mean, we had this conversation though over text. Is Austin Reeves the second best player on that Los Angeles Lakers team? Is he better than LeBron this year?
Yes.
We'll get into that.
Certainly up for debate.
I'm going to give you guys a .01 difference for the last player.
Ooh. Okay, so just
just straight vibes.
straight
And
guess.
you
Yeah.
better not take the same player. Who has more points per game this season, Josh Giddey or RJ Barrett?
Josh Giddey.
I want Josh Giddey too, but I guess I'll go with RJ Barrett for the sake of this.
Josh Giddey is 0.01 points higher than RJ Barrett.
Yeah, I knew that.
What do you mean you knew that?
Giddey.
There's one
I knew that. Vibes.
0.01.
Vibes. We
Look,
said,
Look,
we said
George
it before, vibes.
George has maybe just won that segment, but he has been bringing up a lot of people who like him young today. Multiple instances.
It's at least 2 for 2. There's at least 2 for 2 on that. All right, let's talk about the NBA. We haven't been here in a little while because we've been so focused on football. That's sometimes just how it be. We like to talk a lot about all of these sports. One of the biggest conversations that's going on in the NBA right now is obviously when the All-Star game comes around, there are conversations about how to fix it. Because like with the Pro Bowl, like with every other one that we've seen, maybe aside from like the MLB All-Star game when there used to be like that home court advantage up for grabs, the NBA All-Star game is kind of shambolic. I think that you can see that in the fact that we have 4 guys competing for the dunk contest, and 3 of them have played in like one NBA season. I think it's Jackson Hayes, Keldon Johnson, Jace Richardson, who has 4 dunks in his NBA career, and someone else. Like I don't even remember who the last guy is. They don't even have Mac McClung
Has
this year.
anything lost more aura over the years than the dunk contest?
I don't think so. No, it's it's in a bad way right now. It's in a really bad way. I mean, it started to lose aura when Cole Anthony started dunking in Timberland boots, and stuff like that was going on. And then it came back when they were like, "Oh, high flying white boy, he's doing some stuff."
I'll say it. I hated it. I was anti-Mac McClung.
Okay, fair enough. But one of the things that I did see online the other day, which I think is actually a really good idea, is I was watching the Bill Simmons podcast, or I was watching a clip of it. And one of the guys who was on there was like, we should do a Royal Rumble style 1v1 tournament. And I was giving George a little bit of insight as to what the Royal Rumble is, because neither of these guys watched pro wrestling as kids, which is, to me, is crazy. Like, I feel like every kid kind of had a pro wrestling phase, or at least like you were trying some moves out on the couch and like throwing your friends on the trampoline. So to explain what the Royal Rumble is to 2 grown men who have never watched professional wrestling before,
Which, by the way, I am embarrassed about. I'm embarrassed I've never watched it.
The basic logistics of it is it's a 1v1 tournament that has 30 people in it. So there are 30 people, and you have to eliminate each other one by one. So it starts as a one-on-one, and then after 5 minutes, another person runs into the ring, and it keeps going all the way up to 30 people.
This is awesome.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So the concept of it is basically like if you get thrown over the top rope, you're eliminated. And then it's like the last man standing in the ring gets to win. So the concept for this would be the 1v1 tournament. It's like first guy to score 1 basket. So say it's Anthony Edwards versus Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, game to 1. And then Shai hits the shot. Anthony Edwards is eliminated. Another guy runs out the tunnel to go up and guard Shai. Right. And then another guy comes up and Shai has to beat all 30 of these guys. Now, the catch is with the Royal Rumble in particular, they like to bring out wrestlers who are retired and people who have really no basis in the sport. So it's like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's out there, and here comes Hakeem Olajuwon from the back of the building, out to play 1v1.
Dude, I think Joe Johnson could maybe win the All-Star game if they.
You're telling me that you wouldn't watch that? You wouldn't watch, just like, and with wrestling, it's like they play the music, so it's like, oh, the Chicago Bulls intro, and here comes Scottie Pippen out of the back. Like, I think that would be super electric.
Okay, so you're telling me you want to make the NBA All-Star game WWE.
Pretty much entertainment basis.
I'm sold. I got one tweet.
Okay. Okay. Go for it.
I love this idea. My first thought is it's so much like showcase for such a small game, so let's make them play to 5.
Okay.
Second thought is if we're doing all this showman stuff, let's put trampolines on the basketball court. Bring back slam ball. I think the All-Star game would be better if they had to wear grip socks and play slam ball.
And play on a foam court.
I don't hate that. That would never get passed because someone would tear something and it would be really bad.
I got an even better idea. What if we put a bunch of G Leaguers out there? Instead of having the Rising Stars game, let's put a bunch of two-way guys competing for contracts out on the court. And we'll have that be one team of still slam ball. And then the other team will be only retired NBA players.
It's
Within
slam-
5 years of retirement.
Also slam ball.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
slam. So it's
So
Zach
we're just watching
Randolph
slam ball.
versus like
It's like Zach Randolph versus like
Ron Harper Jr.
Jack White.
Yeah, exactly.
Cam Reddish.
Jock Landell and Cam Reddish. Here's a fun idea I also had to increase fan engagement. This doesn't have anything to pertain to the All-Star game, but this was a take that I was thinking about because it's just so ridiculously stupid. You know how in the MLB, like, stadiums can basically be whatever size they want them to be? I think if you want to increase fan engagement to the regular season, you make every single stadium have to, like, they can pick one thing to change about the NBA rules. So, like, oh, we're traveling to Milwaukee this week. There's no 3-point line, right? We're going to go play the Spurs. Goaltending is allowed. Like, you can just
don't
do
hate that.
something.
It's the visiting team gets to choose.
Yeah, the visiting team.
They just announced that.
You go and play Dallas, you can double dribble.
Right. So, like, home court advantage is huge because it's whatever rule you want to just manipulate.
Well, they can do that. Do you
So
see
the
the
teams
conference
would just build
championship
their
games are
game.
going to be played on glass courts this year? Game's gone. If we're going to have glass courts, we might as well be completely manipulating the game. I'm going to one-up you.
Yeah.
You know how people have been saying, like, oh, like MLB stadiums are all unique. They have different dimensions. We should do the same with the 3-point line so that it's not so calculated.
Mhm.
Don't agree with that. I think
Okay.
you should be able to change the shape of the court itself. So you can maybe like go behind the hoop if you want to, like hockey, or you could have like
That would
you could
work.
make it like an
Circular,
oval.
I didn't
circular
even think
court.
of that. That would be
Look,
awesome.
the
Baseball
shape of the
dimensions are all different. You still got to run 90 feet to first base.
You could put a massive trampoline in the middle
You
of the
could
court
put a
and play
huge
slam ball.
trampoline and play slam ball. If we're gonna have glass
You can have a
courts, if the
fish
game's
tank.
already gone, let's at least make it slam ball.
I was prepared to do some serious stuff, but no, screw that. Okay,
Yeah.
I want to add.
We'll get
I wanna
back to the
add, like-
seriousness in a bit, but right now it's silly. Yeah.
You know when that guy on like Instagram, he like throws like those like sticky cones against
Yes,
like the
I know
backboard?
exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Let's throw some of those like different places on the court, like, and not even dependent on the stadium, just dependent on the map, like that game week. You have to then prepare for like a sticky cone in the top right corner so you can't shoot from the right wing. Like, let's
Interesting.
do
All right, so
actually
I got another take for you. Since
Okay.
the dunk contest is so bad, let's get rid of it. You know how in
Okay,
the
I
All-Star
like it.
game this year, the MLB did a swing off? I think if you have to go, they did a swing off because it was tied.
Yes,
You know what I'm
I
talking about?
I did. Yeah.
Like they hit home runs against each other, and each team elected 3 guys who had to hit home runs,
yeah.
and whoever hit more won, whatever. If you go through an entire overtime period in any regular season game, instead of having a second overtime, you should elect 3 guys from your team. Each of them gets 1 dunk. Whoever is the highest score at the end of the game wins. Dunk contests start to decide NBA games. Also,
Okay, so you're forcing your stars to actually want to perform in the dunk contest.
it would just make having like an elite dunker have to be on your team. That would be awesome.
Yep.
I'm also still not taking any of this seriously. While I'm here,
I
NBA
think
should have like their halftime entertainment, not even halftime entertainment. Like there should be real stakes to this. You know how like people will like maybe travel to the US for the first time, wear a jersey to the game, pretend like they're a fan, right?
Yeah.
You should have to, each coach should be able to pull 3 guys in the opposing team's jersey out of the crowd, and then they have to play 3-on-3 to decide which team wins.
Here's another fun one. I was like on the concept of like the stadium aspect to like make more fan engagement a thing. Like, oh, we're traveling to Atlanta this week. Whoever's sitting in seat 64G, the amount of beers they drink translates to points for the team. So say it's like little Timmy who's 12 years old, no extra points. But if it's Bob from Cleveland, Idaho, and he's got, nothing to live for tomorrow morning, he's going to drink 15 beers, boom, 15 free points for the
That
Atlanta
is home
Hawks.
field advantage. That is home field advantage for like name your Midwest team. Like the Timberwolves are having the Utah Jazz are having a huge advantage. That's a
Indiana
great idea.
Pacers.
Dude, the Pacers are. Let's talk about the Pacers.
Pacers Nation would go nuts for that one.
The Nuggets, holy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to
Yeah.
Denver today, and they're playing on 9.5-foot rims. Like, just change something about the game.
All right,
Move the shot
I
clock
got
to
one
10
last
seconds.
crazy one for you.
Okay, I
In
like it.
order to decide who wins the All-Star game, you should take 5 of your generation's best players and make them play against a whole team comprised of superhuman aliens who have stolen those 5 players' powers.
Yo.
But
You
here's the
make this into a
catch.
movie.
Here's the catch. They're all Looney Tunes. I think it's got legs.
And
Dude.
Michael Jordan is there.
And it's
Yeah.
And so
only
is LeBron.
it's only MJ, but like also Larry Bird's in the movie.
And we
You know
call these
what? I think
players
that's a great idea. I'm
we
gonna
call
I'm
these
gonna back
players
that
the
project.
Monstars.
Yeah. And you know, Daffy, what is it? Daffy Duck?
Daffy Duck, yep.
He's gonna be a baller. He's gonna be a baller.
That might have been our dumbest
Pretty
segment
cool.
we've ever done.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a great clip.
Let's move on though. I mean, George, I know that you have some serious fixes as to what you think could be improved on with the NBA All-Star game. First thing that you've mentioned to me over text a few times is that you want to get rid of the concept of conferences. Move it more so towards the best 24 players in the NBA get to compete. Why do you think that is, and why do you think that's a good idea? Is that just because that like we've gone to a system now where it's more so drafting, right? Like Team Giannis versus Team LeBron versus it being East and West, and then it was like Team World versus Team USA. Like, what are your
Yeah.
thoughts on that one?
I thought in the beginning, like if you go into the 80s, the league is pretty split in terms of half of the talent is genuinely in the West and half the talent is in the East. Sometimes you see the pendulum swing. The 90s, it's top end talent a lot in the East, but there's good depth in the West. If you look across the board, there's just better players in the West. There are players who are more deserving of All-Stars than players in the East. It has no impact on the game now. We're doing World versus USA versus I don't even know what the third is anymore. Like, what's the point? Why don't we just take the 24 best players? Along with that, I have thought about this hard, and I think the best way to get players to be incentivized is not money. It's not a reward. It's not a charitable donation. They are mad that they are at All-Star Weekend because that's their 1 week off.
Okay.
You have to, and you know what? People are going to call it soft. There's right now, since the NBA switched from 24-second shot clock after a miss and then an offensive rebound to 14, players are moving up and down the court at the highest rate ever in the NBA. That's why you have the highest pace in NBA history. That's why offensive rating has shot up. You just have more possessions and you have more players going up and down the court. And that, not just the contact, but going up and down the court and then the lack of recovery time is the reason that they're so tired and the reason that we have so many of these injuries. You either make the season longer or you cut 10 games and give players an actual break because you shouldn't be punished for being the best in the league and having to perform during All-Star Weekend and be away from your families. It's going to make people want to be in the dunk contest because they're going to get a week. Like if you gave them 2 weeks for the NBA All-Star break and you first week, it's just completely off. You get time to your own. You get time to recover. This is their one break in the season and they're asked to play in a meaningless game. Obviously they aren't going to try. I don't understand what's taking the NBA so long to get to that point. As well, dunk contest, same thing. People are going to want to compete when they're actually arrested. They get time with their families. Like, you're not going to have Anthony Edwards saying no. He's going to be like, yeah, I want to go and dunk on people. I haven't played basketball in a week. Like, the players are tired of the NBA season. Like, if you listen to any of the, if you listen to any of the Old Man of the Three episodes with current players, they're tired. Every single one of them are like, man, All-Star Weekend can't come fast enough. Jonas Valanciunas was glad that he didn't have to participate. I mean, obviously, but it's crazy. And we've gotten to this point where, like, no one wants to make a change because they don't want to ruin the record books. But doesn't that just prolong the problem? Like why are we not being more? Why aren't we putting our athletes first? Is what my thought is.
So I think that, like, mainly in order to keep engagement from the players, the NHL's done a great job by giving players a ton of time built into the season to have time off before they go play in the Olympics, which actually the US is playing in right now. My roommate from school is in Milan watching them play. Um,
That's cool.
they do a great job with their nations tournament, giving them time to rest before and after so that when they return, they are focused on what they're doing. So I think that that is honestly something I hadn't thought of, but something that is true. And I think that the NBA is trying to find something like that by doing this whole US versus world thing. But to be honest with you, I think you're right. It just comes down to guys needing time off. And yeah,
Mhm.
it is soft, objectively. No sport gets that much time off. They don't get any less time off than any other players. I mean, baseball players play 163 games a year, twice the amount that NBA guys do, and they still don't. I've never heard anyone complain about the All-Star break being too short. So, like, I think that there is validity there, but also, like, NBA players have become divas about this whole thing and lost the competition, which is all the best players playing at once. I get it, but they're the only people that do that. And if it was really a problem, more leagues would have a problem.
Yeah, it does feel like the only league that load management is a real conversation, an issue. And I also don't think that that's a thing that like it's if it clearly like if you look at older generations of players, like it's something that they criticize. Like that concept of like being an Iron Man is so rare nowadays. Like you only have a few guys who have never missed games in the NBA. Like Russell Westbrook's one of those guys who plays every time that he can. I think Mikal Bridges is the same way.
Cam
Um,
Johnson,
yeah, but the
yeah,
fact that you can name those guys just off the top of your head
is
from
concerning.
right,
No,
right.
yeah, no, I cut you off. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I think that like the tanking issue is a problem in the NBA right now where like there are multiple teams that are vying for the first overall pick by sitting starters. Coaches have been told to do that by upper management. Like Will Wade is the most obvious example of this with the Utah Jazz this year. Like he has been told not to coach his team basically.
Will
Like
Hardy
Yeah,
Will
Will
Hardy,
Hardy,
sorry,
yeah.
Will
Yep.
Hardy. Um, Will Wade is at
At
NC State
State.
Wolfpack. Yep.
Yeah.
I have college basketball in the brain, and I also think that that is like, I just mixed up Will Hardy and Will Wade. Like that's kind of a statement in of itself too. Is like people are engaged in college basketball because there are stakes every time that people play. Now
Mhm.
there are only 30 games in the season, right? So like it makes a little more sense that there's some more emphasis on those wins. Um, but if you look at viewership, like, yeah, like people are tuning in on Tuesday night to watch North Carolina versus Duke, not whatever random game is on League Pass, because the players who were playing on League Pass are just going through the motions. Like, I watched a Hornets game a month ago, and that was before they went on the 9-game win streak. I think it was like Hornets Wizards. Why was I watching that? I have no idea. But like,
What?
it's impossible to get through. You can't watch a game like that. You can't. You can't sit down and objectively watch a game like that because both teams are trying to lose,
Yeah.
and like that kind of speaks to the place that the NBA kind of is in right now, which is like the players have power, and I like that. I like the players are able to talk through their CBA negotiations, and like they have that ability to voice their opinion and all these types of things. And Adam Silver clearly values whatever those opinions are. But it does kind of feel like, Jack, you're right. Like there is a little bit of a diva-esque feeling within the NBA right now that like they're entitled to skip games and they're entitled to not have to play. And if that's the case, then you just shorten the season. Like that's the only thing that I can think of to make the players re-engage on what's going on in the NBA.
I don't think there's a single player in the NBA who does, and Michael Porter Jr. said this, who does not want to win. Every single player wants to win games. The issue is owners, GMs, the teams are benefited by losing.
Mhm.
So you have to and the real problem is after the All-Star break to the end, because in the NBA, historically, if you are the 11 seed, you're not going to finish as the 6 seed. You might finish as the 9 seed, but you're probably not going to make the play in. Like, there's no point to winning. At that point, you should lose and get a better pick. Wrapping up the All-Star conversation and then moving into tanking, I think, yeah, they're like they're divas, but they like there's no other league who like I think like hockey is a very physical sport. Best players play 24 minutes a night on the ice. They get subbed intermittently. If you were a star playing 36 minutes a game, the terror that has the long-term terror that has on your body, and then you're on a 7-game road trip. Yeah, they're divas, but guess what? I'd rather see them play than not play. I'd rather extend the season by 2 weeks, take away 12 games. And spread out some basketball. Make like figure out how to make like geographically, like you shouldn't like it shouldn't be this complicated for them to figure this out when it comes to players wanting to play in the All-Star game. If you get player morale up, they will want to play, and that will increase fan engagement. I do think the 1v1 tournament should be added to All-Star weekend, just because that would players would want that, fans would want that.
That would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun. I hate to cut you off, but I did forget that we planned a whole segment for the show today, or I guess maybe I didn't talk to you guys. I definitely don't want to make sure that we talk about that before we leave, because we have a bunch of people who have given us talking points to talk about in the show today. Starting with, if that's all right, I don't know if anyone has any more points.
The last tanking isn't going anywhere soon.
Yeah, the last thing that I was going to say on that note before you moved on was, even with the 1v1 tournament, period, if you're going to do it, it doesn't matter if the best players are doing it. Just have it happen. Just have it happen.
And
if it has to be
don't
5
really
guys
want
on
to
the bench,
watch that.
that's fine.
I don't really want to watch that either, to be honest with you.
You don't want to really watch what?
If
a 1v1 tournament, I think it'd be fine once.
Player.
Okay.
If each team got to nominate one player, you have
it's not the All-Star game though. Like it would be awesome, but it's not the All-Star game.
No, but it'd be a part of All-Star weekend. You'd like replace the skills tournament with a 1v1.
Yeah, no one cares about skills
in addition, have that on like
in that case that would be awesome. Yeah, sorry.
Like if you had Friday night skills competition, and then or Friday night skills competition, then 1v1, Saturday night, 3-point dunk. I'm just scrapping Rising Stars because to me that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, no.
And then Sunday All-Star game, that's a fire weekend.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah,
that would be sweet.
All right, first question we have here is, or I guess first, I'd ask people to make hot takes, have us react to them. First one is, the Niners were frauds and shouldn't have made the playoffs.
I cheated and I looked who that was. So I might call. Can I call him out by name?
Yeah,
sure.
Yo, Gavin. With that roster, yeah, they were frauds.
Damn.
Coaching masterclass.
Not what I thought you were going to say.
Coaching masterclass.
No, not at all what I thought he was going to say.
Wow, you sold me.
The best players on that team, outside of like CMC, were out for the season. Like, I mean, I don't think that they were frauds. I just think that they won games. Like, we didn't think that they were going to win the Super Bowl, but they won games and game managed and fought their way to be the
16. Yep.
Yeah,
16. Yeah. So I don't think they were frauds. I think they did the most with what they had.
I think they were.
What do y'all think?
I think they were fraudulent. I think they got smoked. They beat the Eagles and then they got smoked. I think the Eagles were more fraudulent than the Niners were. I think it's hard to call a team fraudulent when they're hurt as much as they were.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, did you think they were going to win the Super Bowl?
No.
Did you think they were going to win a playoff game? Maybe. Like, I feel like they did exactly what I expected them to do with the circumstances they had. Now, going into the season, if this is what you would have said, I probably would have been a little shocked because I thought they were on paper before all the injuries really good.
Alex, what do you think?
Yeah.
I just don't think you can call a team like that a fraud. You know what I mean? Like, they dealt with injuries all season long. Like, they won a playoff game, right? Like, what are we even talking about at this point?
I
think
the Eagles were way more fraudulent than that.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
I think your take isn't horrible. It could have been way better. I support Tom Brady kissing his children. Let's not. You know what? I support Tom Brady getting off of social media.
Instagram stories.
I had this take the other day.
Dude.
Someone has to hack Tom Brady's phone. You're telling me AI can't hack Tom Brady's phone and delete the heart emoji off of his keyboard? That would make everyone's lives better.
Dude, there's something about him that is really unsettling when he posts on his story. Like the one about him like cuddled up on Sunday.
That was so strange.
That was so weird.
If Tom Brady wasn't playing football, he'd be Ted Bundy. You can't give him Sundays back. All right, moving on. I like this one from David. Russell Westbrook's prime over Derrick Rose's prime. Feels like
Agreed.
a unanimous yes take. Feels like pretty easy there.
I'm going to say yes, but I think we inflate Russ's prime and also inflate Derrick Rose's prime. So that's my take on it.
I completely disagree.
No player outside of
think
him
we
and James Harden
underplay.
has ever had that volume with the ball. I'm
I
not
think
saying that.
I think we underplay Russ's prime, and I think we overstate Derrick Rose's prime.
That's what
Derrick Rose shouldn't have won that MVP that year.
Yeah, it should have been LeBron.
Not what
Yeah.
George just said.
I don't know.
I think we overinflate both.
He said we overinflate both.
Yeah. No, I think Derrick Rose it's nostalgia merchant because then he has the horrible injury. And like, all respect to him. Great basketball player, great season. Russ, like,
Bro,
I
he
don't
had a
wanna
30
say this.
He was averaging 30-point triple-double.
yeah, like cue the clip. He was averaging a 30-point triple-double.
Like, come
You
on,
know what
bro.
I'm talking about.
Like that's
Like,
insane.
No,
It
I'm gonna
doesn't
say
matter
Russ, but
if like he had the ball the most. 30-point triple-double, that is insane.
but like people don't react the same way when it's Jokic.
Maybe
doing
because
the
it's
same
happening
thing.
now. I mean, he's
And it's
not
better efficiency.
averaging a 30-point triple-double. He's close.
Yeah.
He also
It's
is on
29. It's 29, 13, and then like
He's
in,
also
like
on
10.
the second best team in
That's the thing, like,
Western Conference.
Russell was,
No, but
Russell
he
was
made
just
he-
him.
No, I know. Yeah.
No, but
That's why people
I'm
talk
saying,
about it. Like if like put it into perspective. If Luka,
he
when he was on the Mavericks, had a 30-point triple-double, you would never be saying that. And neither would anyone else because it's awesome.
But he couldn't have done that in a winning. Like he couldn't have gone and won. I believe he couldn't have gone and won a championship averaging 30, 10, and 10.
Neither did Russ. Doesn't make it less awesome.
No. Yeah. No,
No, he's saying that Jokic
Whoa, whoa,
can,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
but Russ can. Yeah.
the yeah. I don't know. That's just one of my takes.
This is
Okay.
my favorite. This is my favorite question that we have. Lenny5 said, "What separates a system quarterback and an above average one?"
Is it?
Are they the same thing?
Yeah.
I think there are
And they
arguably,
Yeah.
I think there are arguably system quarterbacks that are like, what was it? System versus good?
Yeah, like
A
what
system
separates a
versus
system
System versus
quarterback
above average?
versus an above average quarterback?
I think Jared Goff is an above average quarterback, and I think he's also a system quarterback.
Yeah, but that's
I
one
think
example.
Sam Darnold is an above average
Yeah.
quarterback and also a system quarterback. I think
Eli
Brock Purdy is an above average quarterback and also a system quarterback.
I don't think that's
I
what
think
he's
that-
asking. I think he's asking what separates Lamar Jackson from Jared Goff. And my answer to that question
Lamar
is
Jackson is a star quarterback, though. Like I think there's a massive difference between those two.
my
those
answer
two.
is system quarterbacks are the game plan is the system. Above average quarterbacks, the game plan is centered around the quarterback.
Okay.
Like
so you're
like a
saying
system quarterback plays to the system's strengths, and above average quarterback, the system plays to the quarterback's strengths.
Yes, and sometimes an above average quarterback also benefits from the system. Like sometimes it can be both. And an example of that being like Rodgers was in a very, very like no. This isn't saying that he's a system quarterback, but he benefits from being in the system too.
where?
No.
In Green Bay?
No. That was a horrible, atrocious take, George. Green Bay
so
molded
Green
its system
Bay
around
and
Aaron Rodgers. That is my exact point.
No, okay, I know, but I'm saying yes, that, and he had a great system around him.
Oh my God. What are we doing?
Yeah, but isn't a system quarterback basically just a quarterback who's okay, but then like
Are you
the team is
calling
great?
Aaron Rodgers?
you're saying
a
Aaron
system
Rodgers
No,
quarterback?
I'm
so
listen to what I'm saying.
confused.
I'm saying it can be a player can be a star and a superstar Aaron Rodgers is a top 3 quarterback of all time. There's no doubt about that. But then they can also benefit from the system. And I think sometimes it's not crazy to say that he benefited from his system. Does that mean that, all his greatness just came from the system?
No,
he was
but
incredible on his own. He's the greatest improviser of all time.
But you're bringing up a top
But
3
the
quarterback
system
in a
also
question
puts him
about
in position.
fine quarterbacks.
Yeah. It doesn't really
Also,
make
you
much
saying
sense.
he's top 3, I had a problem with. I had a real problem with that.
Didn't like that at all.
It's him, Brady,
Rodgers won Super Bowl.
Montana.
He's won Super Bowl. What about Drew Brees? He's won Super Bowl in better numbers.
Or Peyton Manning.
Watch them.
Peyton
Watch
Manning.
them.
2 Super Bowls.
Watch them and come back.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers.
So I just think
Aaron Rodgers to Richard Rodgers.
George, I
lives
just think that
in my
bringing
mind
up
everywhere.
Aaron Rodgers in a conversation about system and above average quarterbacks is crazy.
No,
You
but-
could
but
say
we brought up
like Tom Brady is
You
great,
did bring up Lamar, to your point.
Yeah,
to his point.
but I'm like separating the two. Like he's
No, but I'm also saying that, like, yes, there are clear distinctions. There are system quarterbacks and there are above average quarterbacks, and there are quarterbacks like who are great, and they also benefit from their system. That's simply what I'm saying.
I need an example of a system quarterback that's not above average. Because I think the cutoff for bad quarterbacks is like 21 through 30 in the league.
like I would never consider Kyler Murray a system quarterback nor an above average player. Right?
Okay.
But like Daniel Jones this year was a system quarterback in that Colts roster. And he just did well in the system. But he was terrible with the Giants the year before in a different system.
Bryce Young.
I think it's kind of too early to say for him yet.
I mean,
I think the definition of being above average as a quarterback in the quarterback position, not even good, above average, is that you are capable of playing the system. I don't necessarily think the system is built around you if you're above average. I think there's a much different question between being a system quarterback and a good quarterback. I think there's clearer distinctions there than being a system quarterback and a quote-unquote above average quarterback.
So in my mind, when I read this question for the first time, I thought he was asking kind of like, what separates Patrick Mahomes from Trevor Lawrence? Game plan wise.
Okay.
no. So then I understand what you're saying. I understand that. I read that as like we have a system quarterback here and we have above average here. Like what's like not Rodgers and not Mahomes and more. It's like Goff and like
Geno Smith.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you can make the definition whatever it is. I think that's definitely fair. I don't know. I think that, yeah, I mean, maybe there's a point there because I named a superstar and Jared Goff is above average, right? Like he's an above average player, but you
Dak
can't
Prescott.
make the argument that he would be that good if he wasn't in Detroit. So I still think that he's just a great systematic quarterback.
So you're okay. Then I would like to say with the Rodgers thing, I was simply trying to say like some superstars, like it comes into coincides
Yeah.
where they're unbelievable at football. And then they also they're in a system that benefits their style of play.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about like
you could
2016
make
and
that
beyond.
argument
I'm talking
about
2011 to 2015.
You can make that argument about like all of the great quarterbacks then, yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. I was like,
Also, Rodgers drafted in 05, George. He's been around for a while.
I know, but he sat for a while before he got
sat till
Brett Favre got out of the way.
08, I think.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Why did you stop doing the 3-leg bets? Because I started losing.
If anyone wants to tell,
We on a time crunch here? Are we good? We got what, 10 minutes?
Yeah, we got some time.
What
10
are your
minutes is good.
3 favorite things about Kodak Black? Each of us say one of them. I'll
Okay.
start. I like the Transport music video with all the Gator stuff in it. I thought that was cool.
Alex, you go while I come up with
Not
something.
an easy question.
Nope. Let me drive the boat.
There it
That's
is.
my favorite Kodak Black thing.
That's a good one.
If I'm lying, I'm flying.
There it is.
If you know that
Sure.
song.
It's a song. Yeah, it certainly is
song.
a Kodak Black song.
All right. Patriots go 17-0 and win the Super Bowl. You can see the first hour of our episode to see our answer to that one. I feel like that's pretty fair.
Yep, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It'll be sick when it does.
Alex, I'm interested to get your take on this. James Till said Gen 2 is a bottom 3 generation of Pokemon. And then Jackson Justice said anything coming out of James Till's mouth is a hot take.
Yeah.
I got to refresh myself here, unfortunately.
I do too.
George, you're a
Gen 2?
Pokemon guy, right? Gen 2?
Yeah, I know Pokemon. Gen 2 versus Gen 1?
No, just like
versus all
bottom
of them.
3
Yeah.
all time.
I mean, Gen 1 is obviously
Gen 2 is poor. It's got Chikorita,
Oh, dude,
Cyndaquil, and
Totodile. And, yeah.
This
Is this Heart Gold and Soul Silver?
This is a bad generation. Quillfish,
Yeah,
one of my worst
I'm
Pokemon. Girafarig.
I'm just gonna say this. This was like after Black and White. This was the first Pokemon game I played. So I hold this way higher than everyone else. I would disagree with that. I think there's more new stuff that is worse.
See, that's where it comes in for me too. I feel like there's a lot of new stuff that's really bad, but all of these starters are bad. Then you get Sentret, Noctowl, Spinarak,
dude, the
Crobat
the Crocodile is bad. One?
Totodile's fine.
To be
I like
fair,
Totodile.
though,
Togepi.
The legendaries.
The fire one is also sick.
The legendaries in this one are Ho-Oh, Lugia, and what's
Lugia,
what's the
Umbreon comes in here.
Suicune.
I don't know.
I think there's some solid legendaries.
Ursaring,
yeah, it's middle of the road. I'm not willing to say it's the worst.
Ho-Oh, Lugia, a Tyranitar, and then the dogs, Raikou, Entei, Suicune.
Okay.
And it's the first it was the first Pokemon game to have eggs.
That's also
interesting.
Yeah. Which what was it? The little egg that turns into like the giant like thing, you know what I'm talking about, like Topeka?
But you're talking about Togepi.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we know Togepi, yeah. What's the legendary bird one? I think that's my favorite one. Is that Gen 3?
They're all Gen 1.
Articuno is Gen 1?
I think so. Yeah, I think that there's definitely worse generations than this one.
Yeah. Gen 1 might be my favorite one.
151's great. There's definitely worse generations than this one, but not a ton of them. The new one is worse. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
It plays.
This one's great, and this is the last one that I have right here. This is from JP Stanek. I believe this one's an Ithaca basketball one towards you, Alex.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Shotter would have evolved into a hybrid point guard like Ben Simmons if no injuries.
Probably. Yeah, that is an Ithaca basketball one.
Love that take. Get Big Gav up off the pine and turn him into a ball handler. He's got way too much height to be he's riding bench, dude.
Danny Wolf comparisons, man. Danny Wolf comparisons. Yeah. He draws them.
Well, all right. Well, we got to run here. We'll be back next week to talk fully. We're going to carve out a bunch of time so that we can talk with George about tanking. We need to have this conversation. He's been dying to do it for a while. He's been patient for a long time. But until we get there, thank you for listening. We've had a ton of fun today. And as always, this has been The Corner Office. I'm Jack.
I'm Alex Penders.
And I'm George Schneider.
Go on,
Go on, 3.